So, how was the training today? Mercy typed on Anna's WhatsApp DM and hit send. Babe, it's not even about the training today, it's about Coach Edmund. He was naughty again this evening. Anna replied almost immediately, the two gray ticks turning blue right after. For real? Just me, girl? What did he do? Mercy typed back quickly. He grabbed my butt. Anna responded, followed by 3 blushing emojis. Wait, babe. OMG. Was it during or after the training? Mercy's curiosity surged through her fingertips as she fired the question back. The network seemed to delay a bit. Nearly 3 seconds passed before the 2 ticks appeared. The time on Mercy's phone screen glowed 9:30 p.m. She was seated on her bed, chatting with Anna, their nightly check-in ritual playing out like always. Whether it was a crush, classroom gist, or a random fantasy about a fling, nothing was off-limits between the two. Tonight, Anna was updating Mercy about something that happened after she left the volleyball court. Despite several other WhatsApp notifications popping up, Mercy stayed locked in Anna's chat. As soon as the ticks turned blue again, she knew Anna was already typing her next response. I wasn't expecting it at all. He never even glanced my way throughout the training. When we were done, he asked me to gather the balls. You know what that means? I'd have to stay back a bit longer. Anna's message dropped in sections as she continued typing. So, I packed them up inside the net while everyone else was leaving. We were the last 2 on the court. He approached me with that normal smile, took the balls from me and said, "You played well today." I just said, "Thanks, coach," and turned around to leave. Mercy read each line as it came in, lying sideways on her bed, her legs curled under the blanket. Anna continued. Then I felt his arm on my shoulder. He said, "Keep playing like this, and you'll join the first team when we go for state competitions." I was about to respond when he moved his hand down and grabbed my butt. Babe, I won't lie. I almost jumped from where I was standing. Mercy laughed out loud. The sound echoed softly through her dimly lit room. Babe, you sound like you liked it, she typed back, grinning. I'm sure you know he's flirting with you, right? I know, right? It was kinda cute. And also naughty. And I kinda liked it, Anna replied. You're crazy, Anna. You know that, right? Next up now, you'll be entertaining thoughts of seducing Coach, Mercy teased. No, babe, not sure of that. I don't think I'd go that far. You know he's not exactly at my level, even though that maturity thing is kinda attractive, Anna replied. Be careful, girl. Don't do anything stupid. Unless you want to become the hot topic at training, Mercy typed and sent. More reason I'm being careful. Anyway, let's drop that gist. So, gist me. How was your visit to Michael today? Anna asked. It was cool. You know. We just talked, Mercy replied. Don't give me that. Tell me what I want to hear. Anna poked. You honestly gist. Do you want to know if we got down? Mercy typed and sent. You know I do, Anna replied with a winking emoji. Well, not really. Just the usual kissing and smooching, Mercy responded. Just that? So, you guys haven't done it? Anna pushed further. No, not exactly, Mercy replied. I'm sure you're not on your period. So why? Anna continued. Let's just say, we're not ready yet, Mercy said. Mercy considered opening up to Anna about her odd feelings regarding intimacy with Michael, but she paused. Anna had always viewed her relationship with Michael as perfect, and she wasn't ready to spoil that illusion just yet. Anna's message popped back up. Just look at how you and your boyfriend are taking your time. You're lucky, girl. I know, right? Mercy replied almost immediately. Anyway, babe, I've got to run. Sleep's calling. You know I need to be up early to study. It's all right, girl. Guess I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Anna said. Good night, girl, Mercy replied and exited the chat. She scrolled down and opened Michael's DM. His last scene popped up. 15 minutes after 9 p.m. Where are you, boo? Mercy whispered to herself. The clock on the top right corner of her phone read 10 minutes after 10 p.m. Knowing she was 10 minutes past her bedtime, she began typing a message. Hey boo, guess you may have slept off already. Just wanted to say, I had a good time today with you. I'm sorry I wasn't ready yet, but I promise I'm working on myself. That doesn't mean I don't love you. I love you to the moon and back. Hopefully, next time I'll be in a better state of mind. Just know that I desire you just as much. Good night, my king. She attached a trail of heart emojis, hit send, and exited WhatsApp. She glanced over at her study desk where her books lay open in quiet anticipation. The curtain fluttered softly from a night breeze slipping through a crack in the window. She whispered her night prayer, pulled the sheet over herself, and turned off the bedside lamp. She had 5 hours to sleep, and they started 10 minutes ago. It was 3:30 a.m. The alarm on Mercy's phone was a gentle yet piercing sound that reached for her attention even through the tunnel of her dreams. It took just 6 seconds to pull her back to reality. Opening her eyes to the near-dark room, she groped for her Samsung phone while her vision adjusted to the faint glow of compound lights filtering in through the curtains. She swiped the bouncing alarm bubble at the center of the screen, silencing it. Time for her studies. Mercy had trained her body to awaken within the first 10 seconds of the alarm. Gradually, it had become a part of her. 5 hours of sleep was enough to reset her mind, and she had committed to feeding her brain with knowledge as the very first act of the day. However, something awaited her on her phone, something that could disrupt that sacred pattern. A notification hovered at the top of her screen. Instinctively, she pulled down the bar and Michael's message appeared. I am getting frustrated with whatever it is that we are doing. I really think you are intentionally starving me of what I believe we owe each other at this point. You always accused me of keeping other girls. Well, perhaps you are the one forcing me to. Mercy, I'm not a tree. I'm a guy with blood flowing in his veins. Good night. He called me Mercy and referred to our relationship as whatever it is. Her thoughts echoed. Her pulse quickened. The tone of the message was clear. Michael was making an ultimatum. Either she gives in sexually, or he would find someone else. Mercy closed her eyes briefly, her jaw tightening. God, not now. I can't start my day like this, she whispered. She let the phone drop onto the bed, sat upright, and placed both palms gently on her thighs. With eyes closed, she began deep, rhythmic breathing. The air in the room was still, save for a faint rustle of curtains from a mild dawn breeze. My mind is set on my studies. That's all that matters now, she repeated inwardly, clearing her thoughts. 10 minutes later, a calmness returned, the kind she had woken up with. She reached under her pillow, pulled out her laptop, and settled at her reading desk. The lamp switch gave a soft click as it illuminated the table. The time was already 3:45 a.m. She was 15 minutes behind schedule. Flipping open the mathematics past question booklet, she dived in. Combining the examples in the book with explanations she had gotten from ChatGPT the day before, Mercy worked through the inequality problem that had frustrated her earlier. However, as she studied and practiced, she knows that the topic was just one of many that gives her tough time. One at a time, she reminded herself. 45 minutes in, progress was showing. She finally understood how inequalities shift when divided by negative numbers. Her eyes traced through each line of solved problems, and a quiet satisfaction grew within her. For someone trying to prove to her mom that she could excel without a private tutor, this felt like a win. After an hour and a half of focused work, she felt it was time to switch subjects. The clock read 15 minutes after 5 a.m. She reached for her government textbook. More like flipping through histories and policies, she had barely covered 10 pages before a gentle knock echoed on her door. She smiled faintly. Mom, good morning. Come in, please, Mercy said. How are you? Mrs. Eno's voice preceded her entrance. How are your studies going? I'm fine, Mom. Just trying to read up, Mercy said, lifting her head from the book. Mrs. Eno walked in, her heels making soft taps on the tiled floor. The citrus scent of her perfume filled the room. Her neatly pressed workwear clung effortlessly to her graceful form. I see, she said, glancing at the mathematics past question booklet that lay half-closed on the desk. Dealing with math questions? Mercy chuckled. I'm doing my best, Mom. Well, let's just hope it's enough, Mrs. Eno said with a slight smile, placing a hand on Mercy's shoulder. Thanks, Mom. I see you're all dressed up. It's barely 6 a.m., Mercy noted. Yeah, I want to rush off early to meet someone. From there, I'll head to the office, her mother replied. So, make yourself breakfast and clean the kitchen. If you need anything, just let me know. I dropped some cash for you in the sitting room, enough for the day and evening. All right, Mom. Mercy nodded, though her mind lingered on the part about the evening. I might not come back tonight, Mrs. Eno said suddenly. Don't ask questions. Mercy turned with curious eyes. Okay. And even if I don't want you bringing friends over, she added, wagging a gentle warning finger. No friends. Got it. Mercy nodded slowly. But who are you rushing off to see this early? Her mom leaned in and kissed her on the forehead. I said no questions, girl. Expect me tomorrow. Mercy watched as her mother walked out elegantly, the sound of her heels fading down the hallway. She didn't need to ask where she was going. Michael's words echoed in her mind. Her mom, too, is not a tree. Mercy turned her eyes back to the book, but her concentration was gone. Her morning study session was over. Hopefully, she could rest by afternoon and return for another hour and a half of study before her evening volleyball training. 2 activities she wasn't certain of for today. Even more, what the rest of the day held for her was unclear. But one thing was sure. Michael's message would haunt her thoughts today. Anyways, she'd soon be checking in on Anna. There is a breakup to attend to. The large expanse of the house always felt a bit too vast when Mercy was alone. This morning, the silence seemed to echo louder than usual. She had spent the first 2 hours since her mom left scrolling through Facebook, posting pictures, replying to comments, and engaging with her followers. On the glass dining table before her sat a lukewarm cup of tea and a partially eaten loaf of bread, abandoned as she chatted with Anna over a WhatsApp call. Guess what, girl? Mercy said, a mischievous smile tugging at her lips. I don't know, you tell me, Anna replied. I'm home alone today, maybe even tomorrow, Mercy said. A muffled scream of joy rang through the call. "That's cool, girl. I'm coming over." "Of course. I'm expecting you," Mercy laughed. "Even though Mom said no visitors while she's out." "Ugh, come on," Anna cut in. "You know that doesn't include me." I'm sure she was referring to boys. She wasn't specific, Mercy shrugged, even though Anna couldn't see her. But hey, who cares? Just get that your fat ass over here. We have a lot to gist and do. So, any idea why she isn't coming back anytime soon? Anna asked. Actually, she told me not to ask, Mercy smirked. But you know what? I know when that old girl is hungry for a man's cucumber. Both girls burst into laughter at Mercy's crude description, the call filled with giggles on both ends. That aside, though, Mercy continued, catching her breath, what's the plan today with your boyfriend? She paused, then reconsidered the question. You know what? Don't tell me yet. Just get ready and get here. The call ended, and Mercy finally returned her focus to the tea and bread, which had now gone cold. Still, she managed to finish her breakfast. 5 hours later, Mercy was inside her room with Anna. Anna sat cross-legged on Mercy's bed while Mercy moved around the room, towel in hand, preparing for their outing. Just like she had said yesterday, Anna intended to break up with her boyfriend today. The meetup Anna's boyfriend had requested was supposed to be a reconciliation talk, but Anna had other plans. She had reached the end of her rather short rope. You sure you want to do this? Mercy asked from her wardrobe, dabbing moisture off her skin. I am super certain, girl, Anna replied confidently, her head nodding with conviction. Better to be single and flirt freely than be tied to a boyfriend who doesn't give me the attention I deserve. That last word, attention, lingered in Mercy's ears. She paused briefly, her towel frozen in midair. Michael's subtle lack of attentiveness played back in her mind. How he always forgot the small but important things. She thought about this morning's message too, but she resisted the urge to share it. Anna's idea of Mercy and Michael's relationship had always been idealized. Mercy didn't want to ruin that. 4 months into their relationship, she was still holding on to hope that Michael would adjust. But hope had grown thinner. Still, she chose to keep it in. Let's stick to your gist, Mercy said, tossing her towel aside and grabbing her lotion. My mom's escapade is also worth talking about. Anna raised a brow. You've been snooping on your mom's phone? I wouldn't call it snooping, Mercy smirked. I don't think she cares if I find out. I've seen her phone notifications. There's this contact saved as Danny Hot D. You can imagine where my mind goes every time I see his name pop up. Danny Hot D. Anna's voice shot up an octave before she broke into laughter. I genuinely think your mom is into some guy that busts her brain with his huge D. Mercy joined in the laughter. He's probably banging my mom right now. I say your mom should enjoy her life, Anna added, still laughing. Yes, I support my old girl, Mercy said, tugging her hair into a bun. She's got blood flowing in her veins, too. I love your mom already. I wish I could have her as my mentor, Anna remarked. Don't worry, you've got me, Mercy winked as she sifted through her clothes. I'll give you all the gist when we're out. That's cool. So, are we driving? Anna asked, hopeful. Mercy considered the idea for a second. Mom's not home. Just me and my girl. Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? 1 hour later, Mercy and Anna were driving to an eatery where Anna is supposedly to meet with her boyfriend. Their plan? Mercy would wait in the car while Anna goes to meet up with her boyfriend, who is supposed to have been waiting for her there. Anna had earlier declined his request for her to come over to his house, accepting to only meet up in a sit-out or an eatery. The time was 4:40 p.m. when they got to the eatery. The 10 minutes drive took roughly 20 minutes as Mercy, behind the steering, was driving with much care. The late afternoon sun slanted through the windshield, creating flickers of light across the dashboard of the Lexus ES. The eatery Anna chose has glass walls that enable customers to enjoy the view of the outside while having their meal. The 4 tall standing air conditioners positioned on 4 corners of the squared space ensured the temperature at every corner remained at 16 degrees. In contrast to the cooled space are the variety of dishes displayed in the glass showcase that ran the entire breadth of the space. The steams oozing out of each stainless pot of food were enhanced by the low-burning stove they all sat upon. The gentle hiss from the hot plates quietly punctuated the otherwise peaceful atmosphere. The comfy dining tables were about 16 in number, a circular type designed for just 2 occupants with just 2 chairs attached to each. At one of the far corners are 2 square dining tables, significantly bigger than the circular ones. It wouldn't take much to figure that those tables are for, say, a family of more than 3. The entire appearance of the eatery was perfect for a hangout, a date, or just a walk-in to have a lunch break. Anna stepped out of the car and made her way towards the glass door. The guard at the door automatically opened as she sauntered past him. Glancing through the space with few persons, she spotted her boyfriend seated on one of the square tables at the far corner having a meal. Gradually, she went over to his table and sat across him. Bringing out her phone, she tapped on her WhatsApp. From the car, Mercy watched through the glass wall as her friend took a seat next to the guy she calls her boyfriend. She pulled out her phone and opened into Anna's WhatsApp DM. The guide began. "Hey girl, you good?" Mercy asked her. "Sure," Anna replied. "What's he eating?" Mercy inquired. "Jollof rice and beef, I don't care," Anna replied and continued typing. "Here we go, girl. He wants to start talking." "Okay, I'm here for you," Mercy assured her, followed by 2 love emojis. "He's asking if I want anything," Anna messaged Mercy. "Should I accept? I don't feel like it's right given that I want to break up with him." "Tell him only soft drink and burger," Mercy replied. "Don't ask for anything too expensive should in case the breakup hits him too hard." "All right, babe," Anna responded. The messages stopped coming for a few seconds, and Mercy watched through the windscreen of the car and the glass walls of the eatery as Anna mouthed soft drink and burger. She also watched as Anna's boyfriend stood up and moved to the counter. Within a minute, he was returning with the 2 items. Then, suddenly, Michael's call entered and interrupted her focus. Mercy watched the call continue to ring while she contemplated picking up. Then she thought of what they could possibly discuss and remembered his message to her earlier this morning. "I'm not up for that now, boo." She took a quick look inside the eatery. Especially not now. Then she watched the ringing timeout. Moving her attention back to Anna. "Isn't he being a gentleman?" Mercy couldn't resist the urge of expressing what she was seeing and messaged Anna. It took half a minute before Anna moved her attention back to the phone and replied Mercy. "That's how he is until he starts speaking and misbehaving. I'm tired of everything, please. Would you believe he used to make noodles with egg for me? But I don't know how to continue dating someone that's never wrong in anything." "Yeah, I get." Mercy messaged her again. "From a distance, he's cute." Anna messaged Mercy back. Anna's boyfriend got to the table and placed the tray containing the drink and burger before her. Anna took a moment before she opened the drink and started munching on the burger. The boyfriend had resumed his seat and was back to his food. As Mercy watched, Anna messaged her again. This time, an instruction. Call me on WhatsApp. Mercy wondered if that was okay, given that she's talking with her boyfriend. However, if Anna wants the call, she had little choice. Then Mercy dialed away. As the call started to ring, Mercy observed Anna move her hand unnoticed to the screen of the phone already on her laps, away from her boyfriend's sight, and picked the call. Mercy also saw that Anna had no intention of speaking on the call, but for her to just listen to what she and the boyfriend were going to be discussing hence. See, Anna, I don't know how to say this, but I don't like it when we fight. The hoarse voice of Anna's boyfriend came over the call, and Mercy listened through the call while watching both of them through the glass wall. I don't want us to have to blame either of us for the period we stopped talking. I just want us to fix things. I think it is important we discuss the cause in the first place. Anna cut her boyfriend short, her voice a bit firm. Babe, it's been just weeks. I don't think it matters anymore, the boyfriend said. Anna paused for a second over the burger. It was 2 months and a week. Mercy observed as Anna's boyfriend stiffened, possibly at how precise Anna had kept tab. Few weeks, 2 months, or even more, it doesn't matter, he continued. What matters is that we want to make amends and not point fingers. 2 months, 5 months, a year, or 2. That doesn't matter too, right? Anna quizzed him with a stern voice. Because it's not like some girl somewhere who supposedly is your girlfriend loves you and cares for your attention, right? You keep making it about yourself, Anna. The boyfriend spoke again, soft but unapologetic. It's always hard to get you to understand the simple things, like forgetting the past. What has happened. Can we just leave it there? Oh, here we go again, Anna said, her head nodding and a bit of smirk appeared on her face. She was almost through with the burger, but then dropped the remaining one back on the tray as the boyfriend's words was now getting her upset. Indeed, you believe that ignoring me for months is nothing, and we can just leave it behind and move on? I'm saying it's a waste of our time discussing what happened and why it happened. It's what a mature person would do. I expected you to understand that, the boyfriend replied. As he mentioned those last words, Anna instantly cupped her left palm round her mouth. The insult was palpable and deep. I'm not matured, Anna whispered to herself, darting her eyes round the eatery absently and as if to ensure no other person in the eatery heard that. You heard that, right? Yesterday, I was a bitch on the phone. Today, I am immature? Anna asked as subtle as possible to avoid her boyfriend noticing that she just spoke to someone else and not him. Even though there was no initial cue, Mercy knew that this particular question was for her. Mercy minimized the call and replied her on the chat. I'm sorry, babe. This guy is just something else. Anna didn't bother to read the notification that popped up. She already knew what Mercy would say. Returning her focus to her boyfriend across the table. All right, Mr. Matured Person. Mind if this immature girl asked you a few things? I'm seeing that you're getting upset, which I don't know the reason why you even have to. But if it makes you feel better, please go ahead, the boyfriend said with no hint of empathy or awareness of his insult. Mercy, hearing this come from the guy, almost cursed under her breath. She messaged Anna immediately. How is this guy so arrogant and inconsiderate? Babe, just end it already and walk out of that place, please. I'm tired of listening to that idiot. The message popped up and Anna glanced at it, reading it almost immediately. She shifted back to the boyfriend with more determination. Tell me, what exactly happened that you stopped talking to me for those 2 months? Were you busy with something? Did I annoy you? Why did you refuse to pick my calls or return any of them? What exactly happened? I'd like to hear that, she concluded and folded her arms across her chest. See, this was exactly what I said we shouldn't go back to, what happened and why it happened. Let's just move on. The boyfriend geared off again. I can tell you that by the end of the day we will not. But Anna wasn't having any of it again. You know what? Her voice rose slightly as she cut him off. You are as inconsiderate as you are clueless of any idea on how to treat a woman. Whatever decision I take isn't because of the time we weren't talking, but because of your inconsiderate, arrogant, and nonchalant attitude about how another person feels about you. And it's even crazy how easy you're making it for me. Listen, it didn't really matter why and what happened that made us stop talking. I just wanted you to acknowledge it and understand that I was hurt by your actions. But you know what? Even in your mature mind, you have not even apologized once for that period. That shows how arrogant you are. I have spent the last 16 months with you, taking your bullshit and condoning your insolence, but not anymore. You are not worth a crap in my book, and you aren't the only guy out there. If you think you could just ghost me for as long as you feel to go do whatever you like, and then all of a sudden pop up on my DM because you think you could have me back whenever you want, newsflash, I'm not that in need for you. So, I want you to remember these words when you think about how everything went down between us. I'm done with you. With those final words, Anna picked up her phone, stood up, and opened her purse. Pulling out 2 1,000 naira notes, she dropped them on the table. That's for the treat, and don't ever call me again. Across the table, the guy tried to hold Anna's arms as she was leaving. Please, Anna, let's just talk. All right, I'm sorry, okay? But Anna shrugged his light grip off and walked away. From the car, Mercy watched as Anna walked out from her boyfriend and almost threw a fist bump in the air. In less than a minute, Anna opened up the passenger door and entered the car, the chilling AC inside the car doing its best to calm her down. Mercy immediately grabbed her palm with hers. Atta girl, he's irredeemable. Obviously, Anna replied, her palms still a bit sweaty as she settled into the passenger's seat. Mercy dropped the WhatsApp call and took one more glance inside the eatery. She saw as Anna's now ex-boyfriend sat gloomy still inside the eatery. She could see that he had noticed that a friend had been waiting for Anna all this while. Mercy wondered if he could figure out that she's been listening to their entire conversation. But on second thought, she realized it doesn't matter anyway. Turning to Anna, who sat slumped in the chair, lost in thoughts, "What should we do next, girl?" Mercy asked. Anna turned her face to Mercy, peered a little absently into the distance, as if considering a few things. She glanced at the time on her phone, and it said 6:10 p.m. Your mom will be coming back tomorrow, right? She asked, her eyes still fixed on the time. Yep, Mercy muttered. Then from nowhere, a bright smile crept into Anna's face. Let's go have a drink then. That's the spirit, Mercy replied. 5 minutes later, the two girls were driving to a bar. The time was 7:50 p.m. when the two girls got to the bar. Hey girls, a young man in his late 30s walked to Mercy and Anna, where they sat on a separate table having a drink. Why would two young girls like you be alone in an interesting place like this? The man approached them, his blue designer shirt almost in consonance with the disco lights that were rhythmically lighting the bar in different shades. The bar was moderately big, with two sections: the regular side and the VIP section. Aside from the type of drinks, attention, and upholsteries, there wasn't any significant difference between the two. While the regular section had mainly Formica chairs and tables, the VIP section had plush sofas and polished wood glass tables. Girl attendants in the VIP section moved gracefully with open bottles of exotic drinks, responding to raised hands or subtle nods. Mercy and Anna didn't say a word to the young man who had most likely strolled from the VIP side to scout for company. They continued sipping their drinks, as if they didn't notice him hovering. It's not nice for pretty girls to ignore someone, he tried again, forcing a smile. Especially a guy that is willing to treat them nice. Good evening, sir, Mercy said politely, lifting her glass to her lips. That's a good start, he smiled, pulling a chair next to Mercy. Pretty girls like you shouldn't be wasting in this low-life section. My table over there, in VIP, is empty. I'd like you two to come keep me company. Really? Mercy asked, still looking straight ahead, avoiding eye contact. We don't seem to be uncomfortable on this side, you know? I like you already, the man chuckled. Quite opinionated. I like girls with their own mind. You have your choices, Mercy replied, her tone unshaken. What does your friend here have to say? He turned to Anna. She seems quite into her drink. Anna looked up, her voice calm but firm. Yeah, my friend speaks for both of us. That seemed rehearsed, doesn't it? The man teased. Anna tilted her head. And this seems like a disturbance, doesn't it? She retorted. As you can see, me and my girl are good. If we wanted to be on your fancy side of the bar, we would be there. But like you said, opinionated, right? We also have a strong choice. The young man, seeming deflated, and accepting that he wasn't going to be swaying Mercy and Anna by throwing the fancy section of the bar to their faces, stood up from his seat. Should you girls change your mind, just signal the waiter that you'd want to join a friend. I can't promise to be waiting, but there is always room for more on my table, he said before turning and walking back. The colored disco lights swept across Anna and Mercy's faces as they looked at each other and let out a shared laugh. This was the third guy who had approached them since they entered the bar. The first was too suspiciously nice. The second was awkward and nervous, like it was his first time talking to girls. It is just about this third guy that had some serious approach and may have been able to convince the two girls had it been any other regular day. However, today wasn't a regular day. Anna had just ended a relationship. The bar outing was more of a cool-off session than anything else. An hour passed. 2 empty Smirnoff ice bottles sat on the table. Anna, now ready to discuss the event at the eatery, leaned forward, animated. Can you imagine he called me immature? Anna said, laughing ironically. Babe, I shuddered when I heard him utter that. What an idiot, Mercy replied. But honestly, I loved how you told him off and walked away. Such an arrogant prick. I kept watching his face. I swear he never saw it coming, Anna grinned. When I told him I was done, I saw his pride crack right there. He probably thought you didn't have it in you to break up with him, Mercy said. Most guys do. They become so full of themselves that they don't even see when they are wrong, Mercy continued, her hand circling the rim of her glass. They don't realize girls can reach their limits too. He's such a loser, Anna added. I refunded him his money for the burger and drink. I think I even overpaid him. I didn't care. I just wanted to be done with him. You refunded him? Mercy beamed. That's power, girl. Let him keep the change and his arrogance. Thanks, girl. Anna smiled, her face relaxing a bit. I'm really glad you came out with me tonight. Before Mercy could respond, her phone buzzed. She looked down, and her heart skipped slightly. Her mom was calling. She hesitated, glancing at the clock. 9:09 p.m. Her mom rarely called unless it was urgent. She let the phone ring out, then checked her WhatsApp. A message from her mom simply read, "Mimi, where are you? I'm home, and you aren't." Mercy's pulse jumped. The chill in the bar did little to calm the heat rising inside her. She looked at Anna, who was still sipping her drink, unaware of a situation currently developing. "Babe," she said quietly. "Yeah? What's up?" Anna replied, casually. Mercy swallowed. "My mom is back at home. She's looking for me." Anna froze, then turned to Mercy. Their eyes locked in utter confusion. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing to our channel and get notified once the next episode comes out. See you soon.